Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be reviewing my Shigura Brakeset. If you don't know what Shigura is, it's when you combine a Shimano brake lever with a Magura caliper. The main reasons people create this combination is because Maguras have one of the most powerful brakes, but the levers are known to suck. So you put on a Shimano lever for one finger braking and better modulation. As a point of reference, I've ridden Shimano Deore 4 pistons, the Shimano MT420s, Magura MT2s, Sram Guide REs, and codes. I ride chunky downhill trails to flowy XC trails. I do trial stuff occasionally, but on an enduro bike, it's pretty limited. Now you might be wondering, is it worth it to jankify a good brake set? Well, let's find out. To start from top to bottom, I'm running the Shimano M6 1000 levers. These are really good value levers. They are the same levers as the higher end ones, with the exception of minor things like toolless reach adjust and pad adjustment. Other than the brakes being a good value, some other reasons I bought this lever was because I bought a Shimano M6 120 brake set for my previous bike, and to this day they've been running great. And the caliper is a Magura MT30. Since you need the Magura hose in order to do the conversion, I bought a lever, hose, and caliper set. Doing some research, the Magura MT30 caliper is essentially the same as an MT7 caliper, which is the highest end brake Magura has for 4 piston. There are some differences like color, pad shape, and how it holds the pad, but all of those are not necessary and are not worth the extra money. The main reason the MT30 is so much cheaper than the MT5s and MT7s is the lever. It's made out of plastic and is super bulky. I would not recommend getting the MT30 if you're not swapping the levers with Shimano's. If you're installing this yourself, make sure to use a Magura hose with a Shimano barb, olive, and compression nut. The bleeding will take a while. Like Sram, Magura uses a screw that threads into the caliper block. This gets way messier and harder to bleed than Shimano's one-way bleeding system. I use Shimano hydraulic fluid. Magura's fluid will work too though. Now how does it ride? After finally getting a good bleed, I would say these are as powerful as codes. They have a ton of power for stoppies and back hops, but still have good modulation. They don't modulate as good as Sram guides, but I never found I needed more modulation. They have yet to overheat with resin pads. I have a 2 or 3mm front and a 180mm rear Shimano SLX rotors. When you stomp on the lever, there is some squishiness when it bites. It grabs strongly, but the squishiness might affect some. Although this doesn't bother me, the lever return is slightly slower than most brakes. The total price of this setup would be around 260 bucks. You can recoup some money by selling the MT30 levers, making it around 230 bucks. Although this combination is great, I would only do it again if I had a lever or caliper already equipped on a bike. A Shimano M6 120 brake set new is $200 shipped, and I would say they are as good, if not better, than the Shiguras. Some other alternatives are the Sram Code Rs. You can get used or takeoffs for around $150 to $200 off of Pink Bike. It might take a while to find the right deal, but in the end it will be worth it. Well, that's the end of this video. Took a little break from uploading, but I have a lot of video ideas. If you have any suggestions, drop it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye.